Let's talk about two global giants, China and India. These are not just countries, they are civilizations with stories that stretch back thousands of years, shaping the world in ways both subtle and profound. Both nations are home to over 1 billion people, each with a tapestry of languages, cultures, and traditions. Their ancient histories are filled with empires, innovations, and philosophies that have influenced humanity for centuries. Today, they stand as two of the fastest-growing economies on the planet, capturing the world's attention. For much of the 20th century, both China and India struggled with poverty, colonial legacies, and the challenges of modernization. But in the last few decades, something remarkable happened. They began to transform at an unprecedented pace. Now, China's cities look like visions of the future, with gleaming skyscrapers and cutting-edge technology. Its economy has become a global powerhouse, and it's lifted hundreds of millions out of poverty, reshaping the lives of its people. India, too, is on the move. Its tech sector is booming, and its young, energetic workforce is driving innovation and entrepreneurship. Cities like Bangalore and Hyderabad are becoming global centers for technology and startups. But when you compare the two, China is clearly ahead in infrastructure, income, and urban development. Its high-speed trains, modern highways, and efficient cities are the envy of many nations. So why did China pull so far ahead and so quickly? What set these two giants on such different paths, despite starting from similar places? The answer lies in the different choices each country made. Choices about how to grow, how to govern, and how to engage with the world. China built a giant, organized factory for the world, focusing on manufacturing, exports, and large-scale infrastructure. India, on the other hand, fostered a diverse, creative marketplace, where entrepreneurship and small businesses thrive. Both strategies have their strengths. China's approach delivered rapid, large-scale results, while India's has encouraged innovation and resilience, even if progress has sometimes been slower. In this series, we'll break down how these differences played out, looking at their economies, infrastructure, education systems, governments, and the evolution of their cities. This isn't about picking a winner. Instead, it's about understanding the unique playbooks each country followed and what the world can learn from their journeys. By the end, you'll see how these two giants, starting from similar circumstances, ended up on such different tracks and what that means for their futures. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get a glimpse of where they're headed next. Let's dive in and explore the incredible stories of China and India. The biggest reason for China's lead in the global economy? It's all about its strategic economic planning and execution. In the late 1970s, China made a pivotal decision to open up to the world, shifting its focus towards manufacturing as a key driver of growth. This move attracted foreign companies in droves, leading them to build factories and hire millions of Chinese workers, transforming the landscape. This influx created a self-sustaining cycle. More factories meant more jobs, which led to increased spending and consequently even more factories. The establishment of special economic zones turned China into a magnet for global business, offering incentives that were hard to resist. Meanwhile, India chose a different path, focusing on the burgeoning service sector, particularly IT and call centers, to drive its economy. This focus on services helped create a robust middle class in India, but it didn't generate as many opportunities for low-skilled workers. In contrast, China's manufacturing boom rapidly lifted millions out of poverty, transforming lives at an unprecedented pace. Back in 1980, China's economy was actually smaller than India's. Fast forward to today, and it's now 5 times larger. This factory of the world approach has fueled decades of nearly 10% annual growth, a remarkable achievement by any standard. India's growth, while solid, has been slower and less consistent, lacking the same transformative impact. China's economic head start has funded the construction of new roads, schools, and entire cities, reshaping the nation. The foundation for China's remarkable leap forward was laid in its factories, where the real transformation began. India's service sector boom is indeed impressive, but it hasn't transformed the country as rapidly or as broadly. Ultimately, the numbers tell the story of two different paths to economic growth and development. China used its factory profits to launch the biggest construction spree in history. Over the past few decades, the country transformed its landscape at a breathtaking pace, turning once remote regions into bustling urban centers. Massive investments poured into concrete, steel, and innovation, reshaping the nation's skyline and connecting millions of people like never before. Roads, bridges, ports, airports, and high-speed trains, China built them all, fast. The scale and speed of construction were unprecedented, with new highways and rail lines appearing almost overnight, linking cities and regions that were previously isolated. Its high-speed rail network is the world's largest, connecting cities at lightning speed. Trains zip across the country at over 300 kilometers per hour, making travel between major cities faster and more convenient than ever before. Ports became global trade hubs, with cutting-edge technology and efficiency. Automated cranes, digital tracking, and streamlined logistics turned Chinese ports into the beating heart of international commerce, handling more cargo than any other nation. This infrastructure made business and daily life smoother, boosting the economy further. Companies could move goods quickly, workers could commute with ease, and cities grew more connected and productive. India's railways are vast but older and slower. Upgrading them is a huge challenge. Decades-old tracks and rolling stock struggle to keep up with the demands of a growing population and economy. China's ports outpace India's in scale and tech. Advanced machinery and digital systems give China a clear edge in global shipping and logistics, making it a preferred destination for international trade. Good infrastructure means farmers get products to market faster, and cities attract more business. Rural areas benefit from better roads, while urban centers thrive with improved access to goods and services. China's government prioritized these projects, pushing them through quickly. Centralized planning and strong political will meant that projects moved from blueprint to reality in record time. In India, democratic checks and balances slow big projects down. Public debates, legal challenges, and local opposition often delay construction, making progress slower and more complicated. The result? China's infrastructure is a major competitive advantage. Its cities are models of efficiency, attracting investment, talent, and innovation from around the world. Better roads, faster trains, and efficient ports fuel growth. They help businesses expand, create jobs, and raise living standards for millions. India is catching up, but China's head start is hard to match. While India is making progress, the sheer scale of China's achievements sets a high bar for any competitor. Infrastructure isn't just about concrete, it's about opportunity. And China seized it, building the foundation for a more connected, prosperous, and dynamic future for its people. Great factories and roads need skilled people. China made basic education a top priority, pushing literacy rates to 97%. This created a massive, trainable workforce for its factories and tech industries. Heavy investment in universities and STEM fields produced millions of engineers and scientists. India's top schools like the IITs are world-class and have produced global tech leaders. But education quality in India is uneven. Many rural schools lack resources. China's broad literacy campaign gave almost everyone a shot at modern jobs. India has a young, dynamic population but needs to boost basic education for all. The difference? China trained a huge workforce quickly. India's talent is more concentrated at the top. For global competition, a strong foundation matters. China built it. The biggest difference? How each country is governed. China's one-party system means decisions are made fast and executed with little opposition. Massive projects like the Three Gorges Dam happen quickly, even if controversial. This top-down approach delivers speed and scale, but can sideline individual rights. India is the world's largest democracy, vibrant, complex, and sometimes chaotic. Power is divided, and big projects require negotiation, land deals, and public debate. This protects individual rights but slows progress. China's model is about efficiency, India's is about consensus. Neither is perfect, but China's system has powered rapid development. India's democracy is slower but resilient. The way each country governs shapes everything else. Fast decisions versus broad participation. That's a key reason for the development gap. China's urbanization was rapid and planned. Cities like Shenzhen grew from villages to megacities in decades, with infrastructure built alongside housing. Subways, schools, and hospitals were part of the plan, keeping cities organized and livable. India's cities grew fast too, but often without enough planning. This led to traffic, pollution, and housing shortages. Slums are common in Indian cities where infrastructure can't keep up with migration. China tackled slums aggressively, moving people into new apartments. The result? Chinese cities are cleaner and more efficient, while Indian cities are vibrant but often chaotic. Urban planning made a huge difference in quality of life. Managing growth is as important as growth itself. China's poverty reduction is historic. Over 800 million people lifted out of extreme poverty. Factory jobs and targeted government programs transformed rural lives. The government invested directly in poor regions, building roads and offering job training. India has also made big strides, lifting over 400 million out of poverty. Social programs like subsidized food and rural job guarantees help millions. But China's manufacturing boom created more low-skilled jobs, absorbing rural workers faster. India's service sector created fewer jobs for the poorest. Today, China's extreme poverty rate is below 1%. India's is still higher. The scale and speed of China's progress are unmatched. Both countries have made progress, but China's approach was more direct and sweeping. Job creation made the difference. Timing matters. China started its economic reforms in 1978, opening up and building factories early. India's big reforms came in 1991, 13 years later. By then, China had already built factories, attracted investment, and established trade links. That head start compounded over time, like early savings growing faster. China's rapid growth in the 1990s and 2000s built a strong foundation. When India's economy took off, China was already a lap ahead. Today, they're at different stages of development. India isn't failing, it just started later. Its journey is underway, with unique strengths like a young population and democracy. But China's early start is a fundamental reason for the gap. The timeline tells the story. So, why is China more developed than India today? China bet on manufacturing, built world-class infrastructure, invested in education, and used a powerful government to execute big plans. Its cities were planned, and poverty reduction was historic. India chose a democratic path, focused on services, and started reforms later. Its growth is real, but the challenges are bigger and progress is slower. The past is written, but the future is open. India's young population and resilient democracy are big advantages. China's population is aging, and its model may not fit the future. The world is changing. New opportunities and challenges are ahead. The real question: can India close the gap in the coming decades? Both nations have strengths to shape the future. The race isn't over.